isn't this a wonderful sight? It's actually the moment we've been waiting for ever since we planted these dragon fruits here. Over the past few weeks, we've had the pleasure of harvesting and sampling some of these dragon fruits, and we'd like to share our experiences with you, so please keep watching. Over the past 6 weeks or so, we've reaped 4 ripe dragon fruits, and there are quite a few more left to be reaped. Hi, I'm Thelma. Welcome to the Calyx Services Garden, and today we're going to be sharing some of our experiences with you on dragon fruit. We posted a video about 4 weeks ago in which we showed you how we cared for them all the way from planting through to the beginning of flowering. And in this video, I'm going to take you from flowering to determining when best to reap the fruits, as well as have you share some of the taste testing we've done. So let's start with the flowering. The flower buds started emerging in May. We were amazed at how large the buds got before opening up into beautiful, spectacular flowers. Even more intriguing is the fact that the flowers open at night and close a couple of hours after sunrise. This is as beautiful a picture in the early morning as you'd wish to see. It's a little after 6 o'clock. I had to get up early to catch this one. Look at the golden glow in the cup of this really huge flower. The female receptor, which is called the stigma, is quite prominent in the center. And surrounding it are numerous filaments called anthers that bear the pollen. Pollination occurs when pollen is transferred from the anthers to the stigma, whether by wind, humans, or insects. This bee is doing a great job transferring pollen. He'd better hurry before the flower closes on him, or maybe it's a her. Flowers shrivel within 2 to 3 days of closing. If they were fertilized, this lower portion will develop into the fruit. But if pollination failed and they were not fertilized, these little premature fruits turn yellow and fall off. We had quite a few aborted fruits in the early stages of flowering. It seemed as if the bats and the bees were slow to discover them. So, just in case this was true, I hand-pollinated a few flowers early one morning. It's a simple process. All you need is a clean, dry brush, and you take this brush, gently dab it on the top of the anthers to collect the pollen, then transfer the pollen onto the female receptor. They say you should never count your fruits before they're fertilized. But if I were to count, I'm sure I am seeing about 2 dozen buds on both of these structures. So first time around, we're really hopeful that we will have fruits to share with you. This is the first fruit that had started its color change, and based on what I read, it takes about 4 days from the initial changing of the color to when the fruit is ready for picking. The other signs of readiness would be these, what they call wings, starting to turn brown. And if you squeeze very gently, then there should be something of a give in the fruit. And we certainly don't want to keep it on the tree beyond the optimum period to reap your dragon fruit. The other one, they started coloring a day after the first one. So in theory, it would be ready for picking tomorrow. But looking at the other indicator, it would appear that the wings on this fruit started drying, or is drying at a more rapid rate than the one that started coloring first. And that most likely has a lot to do with the fact that this is exposed to the direct sunlight, and whereas this is getting some amount of protection from direct sun. So to be on the safe side, what I'm going to do is just make this the first one that I reap, and we will explore what happens. Now, to reap it, I'm told just gently twist it. If it's ready, it should come off. And I'm twisting it gently, and it's not coming off. So I guess we have to define gentle. I'm being too gentle. There we go. A bit of twisting. Oh, great. Such a beautiful fruit. But does it taste as good as it looks? I'll soon find out. Oh, look at this color. A deep purplish red, and the black seeds just really highlight the loveliness of nature's creation. The skin peels away very easily. And it's now time for my first taste. I was rather speechless there, wasn't I? Well, let me explain. Given the rich color of the dragon fruit, I really did expect something sweeter. It was nice and firm, pleasant, but just a little sweeter would have been good. And maybe that was my fault. Maybe I reaped it too soon. So what I'm going to be doing with the other fruits is allow for a longer period between when the fruits first start to color and when we harvest it. In this case, I allowed 4 days, so I'm going to double that time and allow 8 days. So I'll get back to you and tell you how that turned out. And here it is. Oh dear, it has started splitting. So maybe the 8-day period was too long. A few twists, and it has come away quite easily. So a good sign, it's really ripe and ready. Let's compare its appearance with two fruits that have started to ripen. This one started changing color 7 days after the one in my hand, so it should be ready for harvest in the next 5 or 7 days. This cute little one started coloring 2 days ago, and definitely it won't be ready for another 2 weeks. That was 3 weeks ago. We reaped the third fruit, this one, 12 days after it started to color. It was quite large. The oval shape is different from the other roundish ones that we have been reaping so far, and this lovely light brownish brown skin. It definitely is a different variety, but what's the name? I don't know as yet. The pinkish reddish flesh also captures your attention. You can see the difference between it and the fruit on the left. And yes, both these fruits were much sweeter than the first one. So we're at the midpoint of harvesting in that we've reaped 4 fruits so far over a 6-week period, and there are 4 more fruits that are ready to be picked, as I said before, and I'm going to be stretching that out over as long a period as possible because I've gotten rather fond of these fruits, so I want a regular supply. Now the trees, the branches are still sending out a few flower buds. This one is about to expand and open. There's some smaller ones, but certainly not at the same rate as they were doing a few weeks ago. So I think we're coming closer to the end of the harvest. Lovely small ones. What will be required after the harvest is to pay attention to the agronomic practices. First and foremost is the pruning. And I will admit that at the outset, because I wasn't sure what to expect, we did not do as much pruning as we should. We have situations here where the branches are all tangled up. And pruning, of course, at this stage gives us the opportunity of getting lots of planting materials. And I've had an inquiry for planting materials. So when I do that video, I'll advise viewers how they perhaps can access some of these dragon fruits. You get the idea that I've gotten rather fond of this fruit. I would like to expand our production. We have 3 plants so far, and I'm looking space to put in another 2 plants. I think to end this video, I should pick this fruit in front of me, which is ready, and we're twisting it. Popped. This one too, perfect stage of maturity, but a little splitting. We've sampled one just like this, and as I said, perfect fruit. You could get addicted to it. It has a nice firm texture, literally melts in your mouth. It's sweet, but not too sweet, and it's very versatile. We have been using it in desserts, primarily with ice cream, but let me tell you, I'll be exploring other options. And as I share my excitement with you, I hope that more of you would get interested in dragon fruit and we can share our experiences. Certainly, if any of you out there in Jamaica have varieties that you want me to test, let us know. We've come to the end of this video in which we shared our first year's experience with dragon fruit. If you found the information useful, please give us a thumbs up, share it with your friends. And for those of you who may not have subscribed, please, we're encouraging you to do so because that tells us that you're interested in the content that we're sharing. And let me just express our appreciation for the fact that we have had over 4,000 subscribers so far. So yeah, we must be doing something right. So until the next video, I am Thelma, standing between my now second favorite crop in the garden, saying thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.